You're listening to the DC Capstone Report. The DC Capstone Report is brought to you each time this week by Golden Shores Productions.
Hello everyone, this is David Cottingham here. I just wanted to thank you for all those who have been listening to the DC Capstone Report this year. My friend Gary Shores and I started out this year with an idea that we would do a DC Capstone Report for anyone that wanted to listen in on the web. And that podcast has grown. And Gary and I are very surprised at all the loyal listeners that have been listening each week. We try to update the Alabama football games, give you a review of the previous game, and then update the games to come. And we really have been surprised with everyone that's been interested in it. So we want to thank our loyal listeners out there. Also, to give you an update on things to come, this next year we hope we'll be able to get into maybe previewing some basketball games, give you some other information that you may not know about the Capstone here at the University of Alabama. And other sports events coming up. Next year, we hope also to expand our podcast into videos podcast of our football games. But again, we just wanted to thank you today for everything that you've just given us the encouragement to keep doing this. It's a very fun for me and Gary to do this. If you don't know, Gary has so much experience in videography and audio production. He's the one that does all the behind the scenes things that you don't see. You always hear my voice, but Gary does all those things behind the scenes that need to be done to make this show a success. I also want to thank Golden Shores Productions, Gary's production company that sponsored all this. It's probably the best production house or in the state of Alabama. So if you ever need any video or audio production, they have the best studio in the state of Alabama. Look them up at goldenshoresproductions.com. If you want more information about Golden Shores Productions, you can email Gary at gdshores@gmail.com. Well, if you want to listen to our podcast for the upcoming national championship game with Georgia versus University of Alabama, just click on the link you see below and roll tide.
You're listening to the DC Capstone Report. The DC Capstone Report is brought to you each time this week by Golden Shores Productions.